Before founding the Kihika law firm, Susan Kihika was a felony prosecutor in the Dallas County District Attorney's Office, and now she has delved into political waters.
Actually, believe it or not, my eventual goal was always politics. But I also thought that before I could get into politics, I needed to be well versed in the law. So it's sort of one of those things where you intend to get to A, but maybe not to C, but it takes going through A and B. But I think the two professions are very, very interconnected.
The Speaker of Nakuru County Assembly is now out to chart her political legacy.
It's a year and a half in, and being a year and a half in, it's had its challenges, obviously, but it's also had its, ups as well as, together with the downs, basically. I've seen my members really pick up and sort of come of age, so to speak. And now you can tell they are also very confident, even in the way they debate. The level of debate is also different now.
When she first entered the political scene, Susan Kihika was to political pundits a chip of the old bloc, the daughter of former veteran politician, the late Kihika Kimani.
A lot of people probably thought, what is she doing? We know the name, so she's only riding on the name, basically. That was the sentiment. They probably thought I had nothing to offer but the name. But I always knew in my heart that I had a lot to offer. It's just given the opportunity, then I would be able to show that. And I think over time, where at the beginning my story always began and ended with the daughter of so-and-so, now I think I'm sort of getting to the point where it's me versus the name.
Her political story began with her decision to abandon her lucrative law career in the United States and return home to throw her heart in the political ring. She lost the Bahati parliamentary election in the March 2013 elections.
I put everything into this political dream that I had, and then you wake up one day and it's over and it didn't work. And you're sitting there thinking, do I go back? Do I stay and try something else? But I had no desire to do anything else but politics. I wasn't interested in practicing law here. All I wanted to do was politics. But then you wake up and the children are saying, why did you move us here? Why did you do this? And for a minute, you almost think you made the worst mistake of your life, And it's sort of like you gambled everything and you lost, But at the end of the day and deep down, I never felt like I was going to give up.
So end of business?
Her resolve paid off. Susan Kihika floored 12 men to become Speaker of Nakuru County Assembly. Her entry as the Speaker would be her next challenge.
Initially, the biggest challenges were the lack of systems in place, no offices, basically, so to speak, in the sense of no staff. So we are beginning a system where we are all new. But I guess also the saving grace is, so is everybody else in every county, There's no one to measure us against, or with. And so that was helpful. But, so we are beginning, so to speak, from zero. So we come in, we also don't, in honesty and in all truth, we also don't know what we are doing. We're just coming in, we are like, okay, you are the speaker now, here is the house, go to work. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do,
But find her footing she did, even when to begin with all she had to work with was a blank slate.
I would go out on a limb here and say Nakuru is one of those county assemblies that has been able to make a significant positive change in their roles. It's one of those counties that is at the forefront in the number of bills that they have been able to come up with. And they currently have about 14 in different stages. Some are just now going through public participation, some are being debated, as well as about, I believe, the last I checked, there were about 74 motions that they had passed.
And there is no stopping Susan Kihika.
It's clearly obvious. It's a very male-dominated field. But I try to come in without a predisposition that it's going to be harder for me because I'm a woman. So I come in telling myself that I have to work harder because I'm a woman. It's unfortunate, but I think it's the way it is. And as a woman also, you are judged a little more harshly. If you're tough or if say you're consistent and you take a position, then as a woman, it's probably frowned on a little bit. But when it's a man who is that way, that's acceptable. He's firm. But when it's a woman, words are thrown around, you know. But to me, I just think if you just do the best that you can, people will not see the woman. They won't see Susan, the lady, or the woman. They'll see the speaker, you know. So it's challenging, but I think we can rise above that. And I think we have to anyway.
Away from the political scene, the mother of two, Tiffany, who is 16, and Ashley, who is 14 years old, says there is more to her than meets the eye.
Everybody thinks I'm this woman who probably just spits fire. But I am not necessarily that way, you know. I think when it's time to do work, it's time to do work. But outside of that, I think I'm a fun, relaxed person. I'm not who they think I'm not that picture that's portrayed. But in time, I think they'll come to learn that and figure that out.
Sally Milu, Citizen Weekend.